I wasn't born like that. I wasn't taught that way by my parents. I wasn't conditioned that way by society. I brainwashed myself. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Sophie, and on this channel I talk about manifestation, mindset, spiritual growth, self-development, everything like that. So today's video was inspired by a conversation I had with my husband at lunchtime. So we were talking about moving back to Ireland because we have booked our flights and we're going back to Ireland in the next month. And as you can imagine, like, fears and doubts and worries obviously come up when you're moving country. You have to think about like work, where you're gonna live, everything like that. And not only that, it's just kind of the feeling of leaving somewhere so beautiful behind you without knowing that you'll ever come back here. And we've had just the most wonderful experience in New Zealand, so obviously it's an emotional time to leave. But as we were talking about it, I just kept saying, oh my god, I'm so excited. And like, a lot of people are like, you know, coming from summer into like the depths of winter in Ireland, and then obviously with like coronavirus and the lockdown and things like that, a lot of people think that it's a bit of a crazy decision. But I always follow my highest excitement, and my highest excitement really was telling me to go back to Ireland. So I know it's the right choice. But not just for the fact that I'm really excited to see my friends and family. I couldn't put my finger on it as to, like, I just feel so excited. And then I realized this as we were having a discussion at lunch. I just said, I'm so excited for change. I love change. And my husband doesn't, and was kind of, you know, a little bit resisting the idea, and, you know, just not mad about the idea of change like I was. And then it just like hit me. See, I was like, since when do I love change, actually, when I started to think about it? And I thought back to when I was younger, my childhood. I wouldn't have been necessarily raised in a way that like change is wonderful or anything like that. I think like my parents would have been like normally like traditional, that change is difficult, right? That's like a belief system. But for me, thinking back on myself, I noticed I never liked change. That's not something that really like excited me in the past. Fears and doubts and worries of change, like everybody else, that's what I had. And then it just dawned on me when I first started this manifestation journey, and I started with like affirmations, scripting, visualization. I used to always write down the affirmation, I love change. I love change. Change is exciting for me. And the reason I started to write that affirmation down was because if you don't like change, life is hard. Life is hard when you don't like change. Like, it's a struggle because you're always resisting it, and it's like change is like a big thing to comprehend, or it seems like something difficult. So not liking change makes life hard. So I thought to myself, if I start loving change, life will be so much easier for me, because it will turn fear into excitement, anxiety and worry into like adventure, you know? So that's what I started doing. Like, years ago, I just kept writing down, I love change. Change is fun for me. Like, I'm so excited anytime there's change. Like, I love change in my life. You know, just like that, going on and on. Affirmations, I'm writing it down. Completely forgot about it. And then it wasn't until we had this conversation that I realized, oh my God, I had completely shifted my identity. I changed my belief system. And now that's just who I am. I just naturally love change. Like, it's just part of who I am now. That's the kind of person I am. I wasn't born like that. I wasn't taught that way by my parents. I wasn't conditioned that way by society. I brainwashed myself. And I just think that's so powerful. Like, we can literally brainwash ourselves with empowering belief systems, ideas, concepts, and thoughts, you know, like we can literally change our identity, our personality, who we are. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, where you don't have to be loyal to this version of yourself. That's who I am. Says who? Like, you know, you weren't born like that. You get to choose who you are. And that's what, like in my video I made about shifting your belief systems, this is what I'm really talking about. It's ingraining with repetition in your mind the thoughts and beliefs that you want to create, the version of you that you want to embody. But it was just that moment of recognition, of proof that I had done it. I had changed my belief systems, and it was subtle by default. It was repetition over time. I forgot about it, and I'm just now that future version of myself who loves and embraces change. So yeah, I just really wanted to share that message, that this is me on the other side of shifting an entire belief system. And how easy was it? Like, I just repeated a new thought. A belief is just a thought that we keep thinking. And you can change your thoughts. You can literally change your thoughts. You can change your thoughts easier the more you become aware of them. And becoming aware of them becomes easier if you're constantly checking in, like, what am I thinking? Notice the limiting beliefs and ask those kind of inspiring questions that will uncover the limiting beliefs, like how would I feel if I had my manifestation? And then once you understand how you're going to feel, what's stopping you from feeling that right now? Right there, that's your limiting belief. And I've been uncovering that for myself the past couple of weeks, and I'm just repeating it until it's ingrained in me, you know, like, what thoughts am I having? Some of the beliefs are subconscious, you know. What thoughts am I having? Bring them to the surface. No judgment, absolutely no judgment. Like, just noticing it. Okay, look, that's what you're thinking. That's okay. Totally fine. I've noticed it now, which means I can change it. It's so empowering. If you notice a thought you don't like, time for celebration. Like, don't say to yourself like, oh, whoa, why am I thinking that? Celebrate. Yay. Oh my God. Okay, now I've noticed it. Easy peasy. I can literally flip that around. Like, I can shift it completely to the opposite. So yeah, I think the most important ones are like who you are. Like, is there anything, if I asked you right now, is there anything that you define as who you are? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Oh, that's just who I am. Or like characteristics. You're not necessarily born with characteristics. You can choose characteristics. Like, do you want to be funny? Do you want to be lucky? Do you want to be someone who laughs a lot? Like, you can literally notice the ones that come up that might feel negative. Like, maybe you say like, I have anxiety, or I'm a worrier, or I always have bad luck, you know? Or maybe it's like, I'm the type of person that thinks negative thoughts very easily. You know, like there's so many. Just notice which ones are coming up for you. Catch it. Wow, there it is. Okay, that's not who I am. Is it who you are? No, it's not who you are. Like, it's definitely not who you are. We're so much greater than that. We're beyond, absolutely beyond that. And you know that when you ask yourself the question, really feel into it. When you say, is this actually true? Like, is this actually true? And you'll find that the answer is most likely no, and that it's just a belief that you've conditioned into yourself, or has been conditioned into you from society, or something that you have been practicing. So in turn, you can literally brainwash yourself. Brainwash yourself with all the empowering beliefs. Think of somebody that you might be inspired by. What characteristics do they have that you like? That's an easy way. Like, that's an easy way of discovering like the highest version of yourself that you want to be. What do you like idolize in other people? What do you enjoy being around? And just pick one that makes you feel super, super excited and ingrain it. And how you ingrain it in your subconscious is repetition. So affirmations, just keep saying it to people. Oh, like the lucky one is super easy. You know, I'm a lucky person. Like, you don't have to be loyal to not being a lucky person. And even if you decided you were unlucky before, you can change it. Who cares what people say, you know? Like, people will adapt the more you start to believe in yourself. And the more you raise the bar of who you are, people will just adapt to the new you. You just have to stay strong and centered within that, knowing that you can have whatever it is that you desire. So, you know, like, just ingrain it with affirmations. I use scripting a lot. Scripting is my absolute favorite. I know it's not for everyone, but basically it's just writing down everything like it's already happened. Saying it over and over again as you fall asleep. Just thinking the thought. Whenever you notice the negative thought, catch it and just say it once in your head in its opposite. Like, I'm a really happy person, you know? Say it in conversations, say it out loud, write it down on a sticky note, just post it all around your house, like places that you'll see it regularly. And every time you see it, just say it. Absolutely no pressure. You're not trying to change anything overnight. This is just fun. Like, anytime I do these manifestation techniques, I remember and remind myself, like, these techniques, I'm doing them for fun. I'm doing them because I'm always growing and expanding, and I always want to be the best version of myself. It's like it's innate. Like, we always want to expand, like, our consciousness. So it's a never ending, like, game. You know what I mean? So you don't need to put pressure on yourself to make it happen right away. Just sit back and be receptive about it. Just do the little techniques, and every time you see it, just for fun, say it. And eventually it will become default and it will become normality. And then before you know it, you'll forget about it, because it's just who you are. And if you ever decide you don't want to be like that anymore, you can totally change it again. It's completely in your hands, and that's what the most empowering part of this is. So yeah, I was just getting chills thinking about that just now. Like, wow, we can literally be, do, or have anything that we desire. Yeah, so if you like this video, definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon down below so you don't miss any updates. If you like this video, definitely leave a comment if you have any questions, or let me know what belief systems that you want to change, or what sort of ingrained belief systems have been popping up for you, and I can help you turn them around if you like, or bring light to them if you're having trouble uncovering some of those, like, more subconscious belief systems that are deeper, that can be harder to uncover. It's easy to find them with self-inquiry and asking the right questions. But yeah, I hope that this video could help somebody, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.